Wabam, says the bomber. And then I go 1 attack, 2 attacks. That city's fallen. And I don't really want to take this war on any further. So Macedon, you've got a lucky day going on here. I'll make peace. 2 gold per turn. Oh, go on then. I'll give you 2 gold per turn for your 5 cities. You're happy to see that I'm at war with others. I feel like you may change your mind when you have a think about the damage that's been caused after that war. That was a brutal war for you. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Oh, 2 luxuries I haven't got. Snuffly trufflies and spices. Is this a different continent? It is. Okay. Right. Off you go. Oil time. I've been waiting to do this. 1 oil field. 2 oil fields. 3 oil fields. Oh, it's all good fun. It's all wonderful. Right. What do we want to do now? Now I'll go for satellites. We'll work on that and then we'll push towards Mars colony. It's a simple progress. It's a simple iterative step, but we enjoy it nonetheless. Finally got myself a government plaza. You'd be amazed with how little food there's been on this map, but we've got one. Oh, that took forever. What are we going to do now? I actually think a bunch of the cities that are super happy, they actually benefit from the extra yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually, instead of going Warlord's Throne of a settling card, I'm going to take Audience Chamber. I very rarely take this. This would be good, because now I can start getting multiple governors and sending them all over the place. Right, Raina first. Go to Edinburgh. Sort it out. Let's whack retainers back in. Well, this is not a bad government, you know, but I need more happiness. I'd like liberalism back. But there's another card I want back even more, which is pretty good. I've got way more troops than I did before. Sure, very little overqualified to just be acting as garrisons, but they can act as garrisons nonetheless. Magnus, back into Sterling. Now, Moksha, we're going to need the split of everyone here. You go into Forres. And what else would be useful right now? Foreign Ministry, not really levying. Intelligence Agency, not really spying. I'm way ahead of everyone else. Grandmaster's Chapel. Just in case I'm attacked, I'd like to be able to pray 1,400 thieves worth. No, that's pointless. I'll go Intelligence Agency. I don't like Intelligence Agency because I don't like spies. But you know that. I unlocked Republican Legacy, but I'm not putting it in right now because Invention is too good a card. But I'm so close to getting ecstatic on all cities again. So we're kind of keeping an eye on that one. Nobel. Now, I would prefer Einstein in this situation. So I'm going to just risk a pass and see what happens. Turing goes through now. Mongolia will take Turing, and then I'll go Einstein after. Seems a bit evil, but I like it anyway. And then Goddard is the one I want from the engineers as well. 106. Every time a Dumfries project comes through, you go, huzzah! Now I've lost Brussels and Nanmadol. Honestly, this game, the AI, it kills all the city-states until there's very few, and then the competition for the ones that remain are insane. I mean, it's exactly what I want to see. It's the game playing itself well, but my lord, is it frustrating. So one fun little thing I found is that when Krakatoa erupts and destroys everything and kills 4 population and destroys an entire campus district, it doesn't actually give you an animation. For whatever reason, these modded volcanoes don't. So you have to make sure you spot it on the way, because there's no other notification other than just like a little thing on the side of your page, which, as we all know, I'm not very good at keeping these clear. There's a lot of notifications all the time. Still, the infrastructure is massively coming together now. You can see workshops are appearing everywhere. Even in my new conquered territory, I can start thinking about building things like arenas and zoos. That'll definitely help this area just to regather a sense of itself, and I'm putting golf courses down as well. I know I conquered the territory, but I'm putting golf courses down. So that's fine, right? I'm taking a bit of a punt here. Rather than rationalism, I'm going to put Republican Legacy in, because I think, whilst it might not give me the raw science, every other yield will compensate around it. 470. We lost about 30 science there, but some more of my cities are happy. Actually, more of them were unhappy than I thought there. We need to really work on amenities again. Victor, in you get as well. We're going to make everyone happy around my capital. Let's do it. The best steel doesn't always shine the brightest. That's because you're not polishing it enough. Oh, I wish that you could fix things faster. Like, imagine if production would overflow and fix the next thing. That would be the cool thing to do. Ugh. Anyway, sorry, Turing. I really do like you. I think you're awesome, but I really want Einstein more. So let's just hold on. Yeah, we should be able to pick up Einstein in 3 turns. That is a beautiful +4 science on all research labs. I already have quite a few of those, and I will get more very soon. Here we go. The zoo. Another zoo. This one covers these 5 conquered cities. So I think that's most of my cities now covered by one. Wait until next turn to see that come through. But yep, back above 500 science now. Let's ruin it immediately by putting this city down. It's a sprawling empire, Berwick upon Tweed, right on the the border of England and Scotland. There are 2 luxuries here, snuffly trufflies and spices. Ooh, spicy trufflies. Between the 2, that should give me 8 amenities across my empire. I like that. I'm hoping in the long run that'll help a lot. Finally, Liang, that's all 7 governors. Over to Haddington, beautiful. Huge amount of extra housing, happiness. I just want to see this number tick back over ecstatic. Then I can start really thinking about settler spamming once again. Tell you what doesn't help though, the fact that I'm not buying all these luxuries anymore. Give them back. There we go. 12-7. Getting there now. Here's Einstein. Now Einstein doesn't give a 3 research lab. He just makes all the existing ones better, so it doesn't matter where you put him down. But this is where I'm always slightly disappointed. I always expect this bonus to be huge. I'm not sure it's going to be. 565 goes to 608. Hey, we're above 600 now. I think I was at 500 maybe 6 turns ago after that volcano. So there we go. Turn 200. 608 science. That's not bad, you know. We'll take it. And it's the amount of spaceports I'm building as well. We've got 1, 2, 3 at the very minimum going down, but I think I started more than that, you know. The game gave me the option to make peace with Spain, which made me go, oh yeah, I'm at war with Spain. Whoops. Oh, they want a lot of gold. Can you just have a couple of sticks of aluminium? Does that help instead? No? No. All right, looks like nobody's getting peace here. Not paying you for peace, you're ages away from me. You are literally being beaten up by Mongolia here. Oh, we're rushing Goddard now. I wish I had Mausoleum. I actually have no idea where Mausoleum was put down. Let's have a little search for it, see if we can spot it. 1 result. Oh, it was Indonesia. Actually, this is a pretty good Mausoleum city. Fair play to you. Indonesia is a very weird civ to play on a Highlands map. I'd like to try that a little bit more often, but yeah. Okay, so we're only going to get 120% boost with Goddard, but that's still a boost. It just means that we need to be a little bit more eager to pick up, for instance, Stephanie or Von Braun, the absolute giga people of rocketry. Plastics. We've now developed sea wells, and I say sea, this is more of a lake, but it's a Huey lake with oil in it. Wow, that's a big tile. Suddenly Torres is like, yes, I am a production powerhouse. And I'm like, okay, cool. Here he is, Goddard, the man with the power mustache. In he comes, and we can finally give ourselves a 20% bonus to rocketry. Not that I'm worried too much, to be honest with you. Sterling's looking at 110 production. It might be time to take the hit briefly and put Pingala back into Sterling, because this is going to be my rocketry site, and I would like Pingala's 30% on this, so let's just make that switch. We'll just hit our science briefly. Not too badly though. Counter-spying seems to be going fairly well at the moment. Nobody has bothered me, but that just gives me more of a feeling of slight wariness. I don't like it. Space Initiative in with Pingala. Right. He's ready to go. He's ready for ideology. He's ready for communism. Ooh, the one I haven't gone for. Not a long time anyway. I know a lot of people swear by it, but I've always thought democracy routes put together with some allies, it always does better than communism, even with the science boost. It's just having that extra food and production on any route just always seems to do really well in my head. I can kind of see though, but if you're boosting somebody else, maybe it just sort of comes back to haunt you after a while, because it's not just the boost you're getting, it's the net boost over your opponent that you're getting. But I've never really seen it as a problem. We lost our amenities from having units in my cities. That's annoying. I could pick up liberalism, but I think we're just holding firm now. I've got a couple of golf courses. That'll fix everything, probably. Golf courses always fix everything. Actually, this will definitely fix everything. Bam and bam. Religion just gives a little bit more happiness to the city because it's got 2 districts. Spaceport complete. The city is ready to enter space. Gonna launch the satellite now. I reckon it's gonna take 7 turns. That's actually not that bad. That's before any real modifiers. We haven't yet got to space race for 15%. We haven't really plugged in any tier 3 abilities like the Royal Society. We haven't got the communism trade route bonuses. In fact, actually all of the trade routes are to this city rather than the other way around, so we could start pumping some food into Sterling. That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Gonna nab some tiles from everyone else as well. The amount of coal I'm burning is ridiculous. I've just had a look at the CO2 level and we're at 1091, which is twice what everyone else put together is. Oh dear. I think we might be single-handedly flooding this world. That's not a good thing, and I think we should respond to that by building more coal power plants. Last modern era engineer, it's Tesla. Tesla's really, really good to power up an oil power plant or a nuclear power plant or something like that, but a little bit of era score. Just keeping an eye on this. 6 turns left, I need 4. I'm just about to get the Earth satellite, which I think is either 3 or 4. I can never remember. 19 golf courses though. That's an entire round of golf and then a practice hole. If that's not an achievement, I don't know what is. A few spices for the world. Oh, one city only isn't happy, or ecstatic I should say. Which one is it? Where are you? It's gone. No, you should be the happiest city. All right, we'll figure out a way of getting 1 happiness into this one. Well, that's cool. I can find the 4th project immediately. I'm going to skip a lot of tech, but that's a really efficient tree. Love it. Do I need to get seawalls first though? Yes, I probably do. I don't know why, but something just gives me the impression that some very irresponsible person is flooding the world. I don't know who it could be, but oh yeah, in 2 turns. Oh no. And with that, we discover everything. Era score should be fine. There's Signy, Galapagos Islands. I need to play with this mod more. The wonders do really, really cool things. Mount Roraima, Ikil, Sahara, Mount Everest. That's a lot of era score actually. Fair enough. And we can see a little bit more of the empires around the world. I have quite a considerable double chonk effect. I've got my Sterling capital with cities around it in a circle, and then a second circle of Macedonian cities I liberated. Dido started here and then just went up in a diagonal line and lost that city, so went up in a diagonal line this way and got stopped, and now is sort of going down instead. Oh, that's a cool canal city. Macedon never really kind of recovered from all of the cities I stole to the north. They had a bad start, to be fair. I'll give them that. Washington has done a pretty decent chunk as well. Actually, looking at their districts, they've got some really nice industrial zones. Oh, look at these. That's a really nice one. Yeah, fair play. China under Kublai is pretty decent, and I think Indonesia's rocking it as well. Lots of wonders. Man, if I was to expand, I could take a lot of stuff from this map. Good thing I'm not. Let's go Earth satellite, and we're going to start with some delicious internal routes. Oh, for goodness sake. What is wrong with Nanadol? I just gave a ton of envoys to it to take it over again. The AI is just not letting me have any fun today. Public relations. Last time it was option A on Lincoln. I'm going to go for the same thing again and hope it goes through. I would love 20% faster growth as well, so I'm going to vote for myself twice on that one. See if we can force through the votes. 20% extra growth would stack really nicely with some other stuff I've got going on. And yeah, it worked. Brilliant. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, now flooding is hitting hard and quick. Permanent flooding over there. In fact, I'll have a quick search of my land and see how much has been flooded. Oh, for a second I thought it was all around my capital, but no, it's pick up floodplain. And the fact that it has flooded at some point. Okay, that's good. I was like, oh no, I've lost all of my things, but okay, we're good, we're good. Military emergency fails. Computers are researched, and Ursa is very happy. In fact, actually, let's see. How much does all of this Diplo favor sell for? 135 gold per ton. Mongolia is buying it up at crazy levels. Okay, I don't mind that. That's fine. That's okay from Ursa. The modern era. It's a wonderful age that Kublai doesn't like me being in, but never mind. There's ideology. We can put in 5-year plan, which frees up a military policy card, which is a good thing if I had anything decent to put in there, but I do not. So instead, I think we'll go for something like lightning warfare. If I wanted to build some tanks, I don't really want to build any tanks. Military research. It's a tiny bit of extra science, but it will all stack up eventually. And now onto the dedication. A lot of people are happy, including myself, but it's not important. The main thing is we want to go for Heartbeat of Steam, just cranking up that production even higher. If I wanted to go for a bit of a domination run, I'd go 2 arms and I could just take all of my bombers and just go bam, 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 bam through Kublai. But Scotland is a proud independent nation. We're in the north, we're doing our own thing. Oh, one thing I did mean to do was to go around all of my nation and start building flood barriers, because I think a lot of lakes are going to start creeping into land. Nope, it's not that bad actually. It was just this flood barrier and the one in my capital. Okay, the capital one I really do need to fix. I do not want Sterling falling under the sea. No, not the sea. Is it cheaper? Actually, we get a Ferris wheel and an aquarium quickly in this city. Lovely. But is it cheaper and quicker to get myself an armory and then start getting military engineers and sending them across? I think it is. And we'll rush this through nice and quick. We're doing it. We're going communist, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness me. So there's a few things we want to pick up whilst we're here. Firstly, we don't need Republican legacy anymore. That's a good thing. Merging Confederation, Raj. Raj is useless because I have no city-states that follow me, so I'll put gunboat diplomacy in instead. A Merchant Confederation at least is giving me something. 5-year plan, wonderful. Rationalism, wonderful. Collectivization. Now that's That's a card for me. That's the sort of card that makes my capital happy. Then we have the military policies, which aren't as useful, admittedly. Levy on mass will do. So there's a slightly better government, but let's just have a look and see what that comes out to. 845 science per turn. That's lovely. Well, now I've got that, I'm going to just take a quick dip into nuclear program to get science foundations. This is a card that beats invention hands down because it's just really good in engineering points, and it also gives me scientist points at the same time. 2 scientist points for every university, 4 for every research lab, and then 2 engineer points for every factory, 4 for every power plant. It means an ecstatic city, the Scotland, will get 3 engineering points from an industrial zone, 1 from the workshop, which is 4, 3 from the factory, which is 7, and 5 from the power plant, which is 12. So you can see 12 great person points per city. Yeah, it gets rather silly rather quickly. It looks like America has switched at the same time as me, and they've gone minority path. They saw Scotland go communist, and Lincoln was like, no, no, no. Never mind. Stirling is the largest, is it the largest city in the world? Oh yeah, the AI really struggles with food on Highlands maps. It does make me wish that I'd gone feed the world. I mean, yes, a little bit of extra happiness from my religion. It was thematically on trends. Their meditation was quite fun because we've got 4 amenities per city with a holy site, but it would have been a lot more fun to go feed the world. I do think that, because then you just build more happiness districts. It comes to you in a different direction, but you get to the same place. Well, we forgot to check to see if any uranium is actually myranium. Let's find it. 20 results on the map, and that is underneath a campus. I wondered why it was glowing. Good. There is 2 sources directly to the north of Cullen. Amazing. Some in the north if I wanted to go and get it in that direction. Yeah, there's plenty. There's absolutely plenty. Brilliant. Sometimes you feel like barbarians should give up. I mean, look, they look very proud in their encampment with their spears, but this is mechanized infantry. I literally have marines. Just don't. Flee. Give up. This is not the fight for you. This is not going to go well. Apparently I built a seawall somewhere. There's 2. I think the graphics haven't quite loaded in, but there we go. We've rescued the oil. Yay! That's the environmental result we wanted. We've stopped the oil from falling into the sea, and now we can use the oil to make the sea fall into the land. And then the land will fall into Big Ben, and then Big Ben will fall into the mine, and therefore we will onto the moon. I'm glad you all understand. It's a very complicated process, but we got there in the end. Thank you, invention. Science foundations, in you get. Nuclear espionage. Now that's a fun card if you're behind. But, ladies and gentlemen, in great modesty tones, I'm on 64 and Lincoln's on 52. I have left Roman Holiday's regular deity behind in the dust. And it's just so nice to see because I'm just so modest about it. Next up, professional sports. Again, the sea is now flooding into the land, which is bad. So I'm going to distract my population by making them swim and then secretly arming them against the rising tide. It's a good idea. Whoa, that was the hardest scout ever. A barbarian scout literally ran at my mechanized infantry and killed itself in one. I don't know what that was all about, but I respect massively. +1 economic policy slots. Apparently, I get 50% of my extra gold in my treasury. I knew that, but I also forgot about it. So let's see how much I had. 980 gold. I should have saved. I had about 4,000 the other turn. Never mind. Have you seen how many points we're getting now that we have science foundations in? 220 engineering points and 201 scientist points. We are going to get every single great person now. They are all mine. Every single one. Let's celebrate that by getting liberalism. A liberal communist economy. Only in Scotland. There goes the moon landing, which means I get 10 times my science per turn in one huge culture lump sum. I think I was on about 900. Oh, no, I was on 1,000 apparently. Lovely. That's even better. Well, in that case, I get professional sports for free. I will try and get to space race as quick as I can as well. So we'll get Cold War for free as well. I'll get my capital quickly working on Mars colony, another 8 turns. That's fine. And Edinburgh, I realize I should have done this before, but can we get the Royal Society up? I want to be able to rush my projects through. Thank you. This button makes every single one of your cities happy forever. Aquatic Center. 3 amenities to all cities within in the beautiful range. If I can actually click a button, which is tough for old Ursa. There you go, in that range. So we have 13 city centers, of which one of them isn't mine. One of them is Hunza. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We don't need anything that gives us happiness anymore. Liberal communist economy? What were we thinking? I don't know. Disgusts me. Ugh. Let's instead get... Should we get economic union? Go on, then. Let's unify all of the economy into the purse of Ursa. I mean, sorry, equally for the benefit of everyone in the nation. Yes. Sorry, I call the purse of Ursa the population. It's just a funny nickname, you know? Don't worry. The nation uses my bank account. That's why all of the tax funds go into that. I mean, I'll be honest, we're not a rich nation. 216 gold per turn is pretty poor, but, you know, probably a reason for that. Probably because it's all going into my Mars fund. 14 amenities in the city. I haven't even got stadium going. That's the crazy thing. 400 science for each adjacent rainforest. Lovely. Schrödinger apparently is just going to pop into existence immediately. All right. Actually, doesn't matter at all for me. Let's see. I always find this really difficult to kind of comprehend. Best thing to do is run a search for rainforest. You can see a lot easier the tile to go to. So it looks like, yeah, down into Mongolian lands is probably the closest and best place. It's never my lands, because I'll be honest, I chop rainforest down all the time. You know that. Yeah, I think down here, right? Okay, cool. We'll teleport over and tell you to go to like roughly here. Make your way over here. It'll be fine. Jane Drew, I thought you'd be a lot more useful than it actually turns out to be, because yeah, it turns out I am very happy. But let's just throw it all into sterling. My communist utopia capital. Da-da! Never get full. Never stop growing. Become the wonderful place that you were always meant to be. Smart materials. Excellent stuff. Now I can put integrated space sail in because I also picked up space race, and now hopefully booster project is quite obvious. Yes, it's here. Oh, I've got to get all 5 of them. Oh, lovely. Oh, nice and quick then. I always love that. It's like, oh, you're going to win the game, are you? Why don't we slow you right down? And you're like, do you have to? Next up is globalization, a bit of e-commerce, because we're going to be an online, perfect shopping communist economy. Yes. Don't worry about the specifics. I've got those. I'm just throwing all the money into sterling. Oh, that's hilarious. Mongolia is actually literally in the process of cutting all their rainforest down. They've literally just cut some down and put a farm on it. I've had to change where I'm going. You know what? Like, I love that. I like, oh no, Ursa's gonna get a load of science from our rainforest. Quick, cut it down. What, like the whole rainforest just because Ursa's gonna get some science? Yes, yes, we can't let him do that. No, stop it at all costs. It's the only way. Here is globalization. It's rare that you see International Space Agency as a card giving you nothing, but that is what we're dealing with today, so never mind. Right, e-commerce. Let's take our communist utopia online to communist Amazon and communist eBay. Yes. How many turns until we get Korolev? Oh, Korolev's really, really close actually. He's going to time in perfectly with the 4th project. Still a little bit of way off-world mission. We're not so far off, you know. Oh, thank goodness. A science boost. It'd only give me 1.5 turns of science, but hey, this stage of a game, that's all good. Off pops the Mars colony. Off you go. I'm sure there'll be wonderful stuff on Mars that we can go and explore, like space communism. It's like regular communism, but more ethereal. Mary Leakey, I will pick you up because I want to just race through these scientists. Ah, Margaret Mead will be really handy. The 1,000 culture is actually more interesting than the 1,000 science right now. I think I need to build a theatre square and fill it up in order to use Mary Leakey. That's slightly awkward that I hadn't done that already, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm going to get rid of the golf course. I know, ridiculous, but I'm on plus 16 amenities. Something tells me I don't need that anymore. Oh dear. Indonesia, that's a lot of apostles you're running through my lands here. What's going on? What's going on, eh? And coastal tile lost. Ah, if I click the button, you see nothing happens. The camera doesn't go anywhere. That means I didn't lose anything. Good, good, good. Yeah, where are you off to? Somewhat Mittler, probably. I mean, I know we're allies, but we're religious allies, so I'm expecting you not to do anything naughty here. Anyway, there's Korolev. I only get 1 charge of Korolev, alas. No mausoleum this game, but it's enough to just go bam. Exoplanet expedition. We are now going 1 point per turn, 1 light year per turn, and we need to get to 50. I don't want to wait 50 turns. That's why we are rushing the tech all the way now to off-world mission, and then we've got multiple spaceports ready to rock. I think at least 3. We'll get more if we can, but 3 is all we need. Oh, Von Braun. Von Braun. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Double speed on projects. Nope, sorry, 4 spaceports now. Wonderful. Love it. America absolutely hates me because of my communist ideals, but if you press the will you want to be friends button, literally the turn that they disappear, you can just bring them back in and they pay me 25 gold per turn for an alliance. Sure, America, sure. Whatever you say, I'm not gonna complain. And bam, next turn, Amundsen Scott. America has launched their satellite. Oh, bless you. I'm already on Mars and beyond, but if you want to get into space, I totally understand that. I'm using a satellite around the satellite layer to spy on your satellite. That's what I'm doing. Amundsen Scott Research Station in all cities, 20% science and 10% extra production. Plus, you get a resource, a very rare resource that any empire must have, a resource that gives you crazy bonuses, and that is, of course, a resource of penguins. Look at them waddling around. They're still so cute. Just gonna skip over that briefly, and I'm just gonna go straight in. Just zoom in and watch them little waddler. It's the fact they don't really waddle. They kind of just vibrate and sort of wiggle. Yeah, look at it. They're spinning on the spot. Ooh, hee hee hee. That's how we should go through life. That's a message to everyone watching. Be more Amundsen Scott penguin. Do more wibbling. 1,300 science per turn now. Some would say, Ursa, that's enough. To that I would say, more. I mean, I'd scream at the moon. Margaret Mead. Send her to anyone else with a campus. You know what? Let's go to Mongolia. I like the idea of a scientific Mongolia. Oh, actually, I was going to find my own artifacts, and then I just realized I can buy them from the AI as soon as I get the museum. Oh, well, that's a lot easier. Let's not do that then at all. Let's just immediately go Margaret Mead, 1,000 spare science, bam. And apparently these are getting crazy to tourism now. They are as well. Love it. It's so rare that you actually get to use Margaret Mead in a genuine tourism play, but when you do, my lord is she powerful. I think I had a game where I had her playing as Sweden once, because you have obviously a lot of campuses. The tourism you got from that was crazy. Off-world mission. I see it. It's almost here, and Von Braun is almost going to pull in the project as well. Everyone's getting excited. Everyone's going to celebrate at the same time. Some of these internal trade routes are hilarious. 6 food, 8 production. Yeah, go on, man. Lovely. Sterling is growing like a little tasty crumpet that it is. 225 production. It's pretty low. If we're going for a 1-city science rush like I am, I really want to see 3 to 350, but I only have 9 trade routes, so really this is entirely me to blame. But have a look at the production modifiers we've got going on here. Plus 48%. Oh, delicious. Margaret Mead says, why not start off-world mission now? And I'm thinking, why not? That's a fair answer. That is a fair answer. Right. We're burning through a lot of uranium as power, so I'm going to see with my nuclear power plant how much I can actually burn through by just building nothing but terrestrial laser stations. These are the ones that take up a ton of power per turn. I've got 4 projects simultaneously running. I think I did 4 spaceports. I did. I mean, 4 spaceports is pretty good, but I'll keep pushing and see if we can just go even crazier. Oh, come on, Von Braun. 547 points last turn. Wow. I think I must have had a bunch of projects finish at the same time. 20 population sterling. It's very good indeed. And actually, weirdly enough, Mongolia actually allowed me to renew the alliance. Often the AI will not do that once you've run the 4th project. For whatever reason, they look at my science and the fact that I am only traveling 1 light year per turn, and they're like, yeah, whatever. There's no risk there. Ursa's not going to space very quickly. At that rate, I could just get on a horse and chase the rocket down, and I'd probably get there first. Sort of makes me go, yeah, that's fair. I think next up, I'm going to go for synthetic technocracy because of the 30% production towards city projects, including space projects, and plus 3 power in all cities. However, apparently I need robotics. So I'll just get those 2 techs and then I'll go future tech after that point. First project, huzzah! Away it goes! Now I get to start looking at these beautiful plumes of smoke into the sky. Yes, that's right. Continue polluting. No pollution is enough. Oh, we actually managed to neutralize a governor. Awesome. Deirdre, you wonderful spy. That is the best name ever. Deirdre. Oh, such a hardcore spy name. I love it. You can just imagine it, couldn't you? We've captured you, Mr. Bond. What's your first name? Deirdre? And everyone looks and goes, what? What are we going to vote on today? I reckon it's going to be Mongolia that wins the points, seeing as you've got the most points by far. So we'll vote 3 times just to make sure you definitely win. Then I'm going to go for cheaper units because that's funny. We'll go for extra melee strength because that's funny. Funny thing is, actually, I was very, very close to getting a diplomacy victory without even really meaning to. 2 laser stations went up there. I think I just got 3 points. Yeah, 3 points. I'm not even hoarding the favor. I'm on 16 out of 20. Hang on. Statue of Liberty still available. What do you want to go for? I'm, with the science victory, we've got 4 light years per turn and 37 to go, with other cities now boosting with Von Braun activated. So these are going to go very quickly now. In fact, 1 turn, 1 turn. Yeah, we're going to start accelerating really quick. It's now a race. Can that finish before I finish the Statue of Liberty? The race is on. So we've got 1 laser station up, 2 laser station up, 3 laser station up. Puts me at 17 out of 50. And we're going 7 per turn with 4 turns left. Oh, you know what? This is going to go hilariously close. Come on, keep pumping these stations out. Who knows who's going to win? Especially with all of these future tech projects happening. 3 turns left, 24 out of 50, 7 per turn still, but I reckon I can actually chop 1 out here just to spice this up a little bit. Yeah, bam. Terrestrial laser station. That's 8 out of 10. Oh no. Oh, I think we might have actually ruined that. Yeah, of course, because it's a powered one, and there's still a glitch where the city now counts that it's not powered for this turn. Whoopsie. Don't meddle in the race, Ursa. The race is sacred. Another station shoots into the air. 2 turns on Statue of Liberty. 29 out of 50. Now traveling 9 per turn. This is going to be really close, you know. Oh, I'm draining a lot of uranium on power now. And it's not just me. It's America and Indonesia are trying to flood the world with CO2. We're at 3.5 degrees. Don't think about it. I think this might be 2 more projects that go into the space this turn. So that is 38 out of 50. And we're going 11 per turn with 1 turn left. Oh, could it be any closer? Oh my lord. It's like watching snails race across a garden looking for cabbage, which I appreciate is a weird analogy, but it is. Or maybe we've got a late contender. Lincoln's now on the moon. I mean, he doesn't know how to go to Mars, but maybe. Statue of Liberty finished. +4 diplomatic victory points. However, this is the thing. It's not until next turn. It's not until next turn that it ticks over, and we're at 49 out of 50, and we're traveling 11 per turn. And just for some fun, I'm going to go terrestrial laser station in Sterling as well. And it really does not matter right now, but I'm going to just switch over to synthetic technocracy. I just like it. It's got a cool ring to it. Communist legacy? Sure. Monarchic legacy? Sure. Republican legacy? We're just a government of legacy. That's all we do. We just look at the past and go, what a time. Carl Sagan. Oh, Carl Sagan, actually. Let's not rush for terrestrial laser station. Let's rush Lagrange, because then it won't knock the power out of the city. Yes, it's always better to do it that way around. Then we'll go terrestrial after that. I actually don't know which one's going to tick through first, because we hit 50 in this rollover, and also the diplomatic victory will also win. This is nail biting. Will it become a matter of which victory is above the other? Because science victory is above diplomatic victory on the list. However, diplomatic victory is alphabetically ahead of science victory. Who knows what's going to happen? Everyone's on the edge of their seats. Nobody can move for excitement. This is the premiere content that you want to see when you subscribe to this channel. I know it. I know it. You're like, sir, I don't want to see Scottish tactics with happiness and religion, giving you a wide Scotland that's always ecstatic. No, we want to see a race between diplomacy and science for no other reason that I just happen to be winning aid projects earlier in the game. And it's diplomacy that wins. They handshook their way to the victory. Look at that. Look at that. I only came 10th on score, but never mind. Buildings constructed. Big. Considering I had such a small empire, I mean, that's pretty decisive. Cities captured. Sorry, Macedon. I took all of these cities within about 5 turns of each other. Cities founded. See, look, this is how small I went. Indonesia went way wider than me. They're up at +20 cities. But districts constructed. Oh, you know what? I wasn't even keeping up with the AI for most of that. Roman holiday Lincoln is an absolute beast. I've seen this a few times. Really synergizes well with that AI. People earned not as much as Lincoln. Culture. I took the lead briefly every time I took Nam Madol. This would have been a really easy game to go for a culture victory, by the way. And until right at the end, no one had any culture. Maybe I should have adapted to that and won a few turns earlier. Player faith. Again, Indonesia just being Indonesia. I think this was Chinguetti. Must have been. It was taken over eventually. Gold. Little peaky. This is the graph. Science. Oh, I took the science lead at about turn 120. 170. It was wrestled from me, but by 150, I never gave it back. And then we shot off into the atmosphere like a rocket, like a literal rocket. Actually, score. America was actually catching up with me. Madness. Religions founded? Good. On the same turn as Spain. Units killed? Quite a few, but actually joint lowest. Peaceful Scotland. Units lost. Oops, 3. Don't even remember. I think they were all scouts, weren't they? Wonders constructed towards the end I build some, but I never build wonders before turn 100. I just don't. It's just what I do. Oh my lord, so many projects all in one go. And there you have it. Science victory I actually have achieved because we've gone 50 out of 50, 15 per turn. So both victories on turn 249. I was so proud of this little Scottish empire. The thing I was most proud of was this Colosseum. In the end, that was a Colosseum with 9 cities on it. 9 city Colosseum. I mean, it's really not something to be crazy proud of, but I am crazy proud of it. The religion, making sure that every city was crazy happy as well. We had more holy sites than maybe I led on. We had in the end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 holy sites in the end. So yeah, maybe the Pantheon wasn't as useful as I thought it was. Maybe we should have gone to the Pantheon that gave more scientist points. That's probably the one to have gone for. But hey, it actually kept Dumfries and Stirling happy all the way through the early game, and that meant I was running huge engineering scientist points from turn 70 through to about 160. So maybe it was worth it. I don't know. Could I be any less sure about my victory condition? Thank you, Matthew Perry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always my pleasure running these games for you. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you wouldn't mind doing me one quick favor, if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, and generally engage with it. The algorithm, it's kind of like some bagpipes. Unless you put the work in, you're going to get a very weird squeaky noise that deafens you. So please help me play the algorithm bagpipes. This is not a good analogy. I'm off to the next series. See you all, everybody. Bye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy's Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Joseph Biancani, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!